All right, so welcome to our another webinar na naman. Okay, I hope you will enjoy this webinar for we will talk about your emotions in trading. Before we continue, as I do always, a huge before anything else, I would like to thank Erante for sponsoring this webinar. If you're looking for a reliable broker that takes trading to a personal level, feel free to open an account at Erante Securities. Just visit www.erante.com or click the link in my bio in Facebook or on TikTok. Huge disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, do not believe everything that I will say. Ang contradictory, no? What I meant to say is you have to be subjective on what you're about to learn. Don't apply it right away with your hard-earned money. Okay? Kung ano yung matutunan nyo, huwag nyong i-apply ka agad-agad dito sa merkadong ito. Okay? You should consider trading as an art and science. It's an art because you're the one who knows what to trade, where to trade, and when to trade. Okay? And it's a science because all need to be done in a methodological manner. Big sabihin, gawa ka ng hypothesis, then you test it via backtest or forward testing tools that is out there, or creating a thesis or gagawa ka ng feasibility study in regards to everything that I will say today. Always consider that trading is also risky. Know that this video is for educational purposes only. Past results will not guarantee any future results. So you have to be subjective on what you're about to learn. What works for me, ladies and gentlemen, may not work for you. That's why you have to learn to trade at your own risk. As a trader, number one priority that you manage your risk before risk manages you. Okay? Again, be subjective on what you're about to learn. Pipiliin mo lang po yung mga gusto nyong matutunan. Okay? Kasi hindi po lahat ng sasabihin ko is effective para sa lahat. Trading is always subjective to the one who is learning. Okay? So for today's video, actually this is a three-part webinar series. Ito yung part 1. Okay? We will talk about the most important aspect ng pagtitrade, also known as trading psychology. And for today, pag-uusapan natin yung isa sa mga emotions na dapat minamanage ng isang trader. Isa to sa mga naninira sa mga newbie trader. It's a personal experience of mine din. Nadali din ako ng emosyon na to. Isa to sa mga rason kung bakit nakaka-addict din ang trading. Okay? At bakit nga ba, pag-uusapan din natin ngayon kung bakit nga ba kailangan nating maging aware sa emotion na to para we can keep on trading without being fearful of the emotion called greed. Okay? Please note, as I've said, this is a three-part webinar. Okay? And I'll send a QR code at the end of the webinar so you can register for the episode 2 of this webinar. Okay? So get your pens, notebooks, and get ready because this will be another wild webinar. All right. So, okay. So, quick outline lang, boys and girls. For today's webinar, we will talk about the following. We will talk about, asan na yung aking may wagang ballpen? We'll talk about the most important tool, often the hardest one din to master in your trading journey, known as trading psychology. Pag-usapan kung ano nga ba yan at ano yung mga bagay-bagay na mararanasan ng isang trader as they will trade the market. Bakit nga ba sobrang importante ng trading psychology, okay, sa pagtitrade ng market? We will also tackle fears or common fears in the market that will paralyze each trader out there. Kasi kung napanood nyo yung vlogs ko or yung vlog ko recently before this specific webinar, sinabi ko sa vlog ko na yon na um, you control your own emotions. Okay? Kahit gaano ka kagaling sa trading, kahit gaano kagaling yung trading system mo, if hindi mo na manage yung trading psychology mo, fears will come that fears will come in your trading journey and will paralyze you on taking trades. Okay? And again, as I've said din kanina, one of the most common fears out there is known as the fear of greed. Okay? I think the Tagalog word of this is sugapa ata. I'm not sure if that is correct, but I think parang sugapa ata yung kanila doon, yung term nila doon. Anyway, again, it's one of the most infamous fears out there, okay, which I learned in a very, very hard way. Okay. During that experience, I learned a few things, and during the experience kasi, and I'll tell you a little backstory muna before going with the presentation itself. I started trading with around $300. So that's around back then that was, and this is in the Forex market. I started with $300. Okay, this was around early 2019. And then, I had simple strategy back then, pero wala po akong kahit na anong risk methodology. Basta may alam lang ako sa trading strategy. Hindi din siya na backtest, basta nabasa ko lang sa isang libro na effective daw for the Forex market, and I applied it in the Forex market right away. So, no backtest, no forward test, wala. Okay? So, after kong nalaman yung trading strategy na yon, naaral ng onte, I went to the market of Forex. So, nag-open ako sa isang brokerage account, and then I traded about $300. Okay? This was early 2019. After a few weeks, it became $3,000. Okay? I was trading a lot of currencies and commodities back then. I was trading Euro, AUD, NZD, GBP, USD CAD, USD JPY. I was trading crosses like Euro CHF. I was trading a lot of things, including silver, which by my experience, ang lalaking spread niyan, and yung per tick ng galaw ng silver, it's really, really good. At the same time, it's very, very risky. Same with true as I was trading with gold. So as I traded those things, $300 went to 3,000 in just a few weeks. Sobrang bilis lang noon. Pero tindig balahibo yung trading journey na yan. So, after a few, let's say 1 or 2 months, hindi siya natalo. Okay, it went, the gain kept piling up and piling up. And me, hindi ako tumigil eh. Parang sarap mag-trade eh, kasi hindi ako natatalo eh. Tuloy-tuloy yan for succeeding 3 months. Ang sarap. Ang sarap nung pagte-trade na yan. Then, after 2 to 3 months, it went as high, as far as I can remember, it went to around $221,000. Imagine nyo, from $300, naging 3,000 in a few weeks, and after 2 to 3 months, naging $221 million. Hanep, no? Lupit. Ang laki nung jump from a $300 account, naging $220,000 in just a snap. Okay, after 2 to 3 months. Pero yun, hindi ako natalo. I remember it perfectly kasi meron yung, it went sour or it went bad when I had one trade with AUD USD. I remember this was pre-pandemic levels. I had a trade with AUD USD noon. Tapos ang nangyari, it went with the wrong direction of my trade. And I was trading about parang 6, 7 lots or 8 lots nung trade na yon. So, ang lala. Ang lala talaga nung risk management ko. And again, wala akong risk management noon. Basta trade lang ng trade. Then what happened is, since I had this leverage of around 1:888, so multiplier siya. Just a tick. Parang nahulog lang yun about 50 to, hindi naman 50 pips, mga 30 to 40 pips below. And I was in a long position. Yung $220,000 account, naging bato. I will let that sink in. Naging bato. Okay? Pera na eh. Pera na. I could have retired with that specific amount of money. Pero in just one trade, the market told me na, akala mo magaling ka. Akala mo magaling ka. Here you go. Binigyan ako ng isang experience ni market na hindi ko makakalimutan. And I'll be lying if I said it didn't hurt. Masakit po yun. Diba? 10 million pesos yun, or around, that dollar was around 48, 49 back then. So, laki pa rin yun super laki nun. Kasi 20 million yun eh. Hindi. Sorry. 10 million, sorry. Kasi 220 eh. It's around 10 million pesos went down the drain. Wala akong makausap noon ng ilang weeks. Okay? I got depressed with that. But, okay. Because of that, di ba ang haba ng intro ko sa fear of greed? Anyway, because of that, I learned on that specific experience, that wild experience that I got two things. Number one is, there's a big potential in trading international markets, or the forex markets, crypto markets, indices, and gold or commodities. There's a very big potential in trading those markets. At the same time, there are also big risks, lalo na if you don't know what you're doing. If hindi mo talaga alam yung ginagawa mo, there are two sides of the coin. Number one, it will get good. Number two, gets really bad. Theoretically, ang natalo ko lang is $300. Diba? Kasi yun yung starting ko eh. Pero yung sakit kasi, may pera na, naging bato pa. Kaya nga, doon ko natutunan yung fear of greed. All of the things that we will be discussing in this 3-part webinar. Okay, so this is the first part. Again, I will send you the QR code for the second part, which you can register from on the next webinar or on the last slide. Okay, ayun, nawala tuloy ako. And the fear of greed, okay, and all of the things that we will discuss for tonight came from a book by Mark Douglas. Okay, yung tawag nyo doon is Trading in the Zone. It's a very expensive, medyo may kamahalan yung libro na yon because it's a really good book. So, pupunta kayo sa mga bookstore, try to find one and read it. It will really help you a lot. And it already helped me a lot in my trading journey. At the same time, in this webinar, pag-uusapan din natin yung 3 cardinal rules ko. This is my personal rules for greed that you can use. Okay, most of the things that we will discuss in this webinar, kasi 10 cardinal rules nga to in trading, most of the things that we will discuss for tonight or for the next few days is about my own trading rules in terms of managing my emotions. Now, there are a lot of rules out there. You can create rules for your trading system, rules for your risk management. For tonight, it's about the 10 trading rules of trading psychology. In this specific night, we'll talk about the 3 of them, which tackles on the fear of greed. All right? So if everyone is ready, can I get a raise of hands? Uy, medyo madami-dami tayo tonight Okay. Anyway, okay, let's start. Can you raise your hands if you're ready? All right. I think I see some hands raising up. Okay. Let's go. Okay. First and foremost, ano nga ba ang trading psychology? Okay, ano nga ba yung tinatawag natin na trading psychology? Okay, I got this from Investopedia. Okay, sabi niyo doon, trading psychology, saan yung aking mahiwagang ballpen? Trading psychology is the way a trader's emotion and thoughts affect their decisions when buying or selling in the market. Ulitin ko pa yung sinabi ko kanina lang. Kahit gaano ka kagaling sa pagte-trade, kahit gaano ka kagaling mag-analyze, if your emotions gets the best of you as you trade the market, napakawalang kwenta po nung galing nyo. or galing natin. As I've said, these lessons came from the book of Mark Douglas, one of the best traders that ever lived in this planet. Sabi niya doon sa libro niya, you can have the best trading system in the world. Kahit nasa iyo na yung holy grail na matagal naming hinahanap na traders. Okay? Kahit nahanap mo yun at gagamitin mo yun sa market, okay? If come the time that you can't execute, okay, but if you can have the best system in the world, but if you can't execute it properly because of your mindset and because of how your emotions control your trades, the system won't do you any good. Okay? For example, sipin nyo to. I have let's say this is also an example from the book of Mark Douglas. Merong trader A, so blur muna natin to. Paano ba 'yan? Ayan. So meron tayong trader A. Magsulat ka. Ayan. Mali. Paano 'yon? Meron 'yun eh. Blur. Ayun. Isa pa. Charis Pempenko. Ayaw. Okay, dito na lang. Okay, meron tayong trader A. Okay, kunwari, ito lang muna. Dito lang muna ako magdo-drawing. Meron tayong trader A, meron tayong trader B. Okay. Si trader A, magaling mag-analyze. Okay? He has the best skills in analyzing the market. He has the best skills in analyzing charts, news, lahat. Alam niya, lahat. Ang galing-galing niya. Ang problema, pag nagtitrade na siya ng market, lagi siyang takot. Takot mawalan ng pera, takot na baka he entered early, takot siya na he entered too late. Ganon. May takot siya as he entered the market. Pero, this is a guy who nag-research siya lahat-lahat. Okay siya sa lahat-lahat. Pero come the time na nasa market, nahihirapan siyang bumili, bumenta, nahihirapan siyang mag-move in the market. Meaning take positions in regards to a particular trade. Okay? If he trades naman, medyo pag umaakyat na masyado yung position, hindi siya masyadong nagtitake profits. If natatalo, hindi masyadong nagka-cut loss kasi nga sa tingin niya ganito eh. Sa tingin niya, nakokontrol niya or na-predict na yung market. Again, most of the things that you will defeat in this venture is ego. Okay, so normal yan. So yun si trader A, panangalan natin siyang Ren. R-E-N. Okay. Si trader B naman, hindi ganun kagaling eh. Like, he has this mediocre system, mediocre strategy, like average system, average strategy ang meron sa kanya. Hindi ganun kaganda din, hindi din ganun kahirap. Simple lang. Okay? And because of this, kahit gaano kasimple yun, and mind yun, hindi din siya nagpo-fundamental sa like pure technical analysis lang. Okay? Pero si trader B, apart from trader A, when it comes to trading in the market, he is confident. Okay, like na-execute niya ng mabuti, follows his plan very thoroughly, and often gets emotional with the trade. Like, kunwari, take profit na, stop loss na, that's pretty much it. In the comment or in the questions tab, you have a questions tab there in your control. Which do you think is the better trader? Trader A or trader B? On the questions tabs, you can answer it there. Trader A or trader B? Daw? Diyan pa ba kayo? Sino sa tingin nyo mas maayos? Trader A or trader B? Yes. Trader B. Okay, may mas sumagot ng trader. Sumagot ng trader A. Anyway, trader B. Bakit? Kasi kahit gaano kagagaling, as I've said, kahit gaano kagagaling sa pag-trade ng market, if you can control what you think, if you can control who you are, or you can control your emotions in part of money, or in relation to money, trading won't do you any good. Okay, I've said this multiple times. Trading is a venture wherein you relate your emotions in regards to money. Okay? In other words, you can have the best strategy or the best trading system out there, pero if you can't fix your own emotions in relation to pera, wala eh. May hirapan tayo. A lot of the big boys in trading already mentioned this one. And there are a lot of, let's say, Jesse Livermore, si Ray Dalio, things that I know you're particularly aware of, mga taong yun. They all always said the same thing. Okay? Some might not be some to those others in here might not be this big of a news to you. Some might be a new concept, yung ganito, yung trading psychology. Okay? But again, if nagte-trade tayo, we cannot avoid naman. Okay? The point of trading psychology kasi is you are able to manage your emotions. Okay? You must be able to manage your emotion. Okay? Okay? Pero again, let's face it, hindi naman ganun din kadali na i-manage yun eh. Okay? If nagte-trade tayo, we can't avoid to get hurt if natatalo sa trade or even get happy if nananalo. Di ba? Lahat naman tayo eh. Okay? Dumaan sa ganyan. Pero yun nga, hindi ko din sinasabi na tanggalin yun ng total. Okay? There will still be emotions like that. What I'm saying here is, and as you can see in the slide, nakalagay dyan, hindi eradicate, sabi niyan manage. Manage. Manage yourself. Manage your emotions. Okay? Not totally eradicate kasi hindi naman talaga ma-eradicate ng sobra-sobra. Okay? But it's one of the key importance there, important things in trading kasi nga 95% ng trading journey natin is about trading psychology or managing ourselves in relation to money. Okay? Meaning, minamanage mo yung expectations mo or your emotions if nananalo ka, if natatalo ka. Kaya nga papasok na dyan, di ba? Kaya nga papasok na dyan yung trading psychology, papasok na dyan yung risk management, papasok na rin dyan yung backtesting, forward testing. All of those tools will help you. Okay? It will really help you manage yourself and your expectations in trading. And this is something that I tell to all of my students. Okay? If hindi po kayo nag-backtest, hindi po kayo nagre-risk management, hindi din po kayo nag-forward test ng inyong trading strategy, and you're just applying it blindly in the market, you are just one of the beginners out there. Or what we call the average Joe or average traders. Okay? Personally, I tell this to my students, if you didn't backtest anything or forward test, you will never get my respect as a trader. Okay? Isa din kasi na problema ng mga beginners there is that most of the time ng ating efforts is being spent on the 5%. Okay? Managing your strategy or finding a strategy that fits for you. Okay? Come the time that, let's say, the time na medyo nasa intermediary level ka na, marirealize mo na kahit anong strategy na gamitin mo dyan, as long as it works, as long as it works, okay, let's say it's giving you around 1% net gain per month, it still works. Okay? But how can you manage yourself or your emotions or expectations na ganun lang yung kitaan mo? Kaya nyo ba na, for example, kaya ba ng isang trader na kahit 1% lang siya per month, pagkatapos ng isang trade niya na nag 2% na, kaya niya bang pigilan yung sarili niya na wag na mag-trade? Simple example, just like that. Pag natalo na siya, kaya niya ba napigilan yung sarili niya na wag nang bumawi at next month na lang ulit? Okay? There will come a time that you'll realize that you have to spend more of your time analyzing your trading journal, analyzing your back-tested journal, analyzing your forward-tested journal to help you realize that your errors and learning in this venture will come from managing yourself and looking at your previous trades. Para din ma-realize natin kung ano yung common na mga ginagawa natin na mali at mga dapat na iwasan na mali while we do our trading. Okay? And again, there are a lot of trading fears out there. Sobrang dami po niyan. But the most common ones and the most important ones is what you call the greed, okay, or fear of greed, okay, or fear of leaving money in the table. Actually, that's the right term. Fear of leaving money in the table. Okay, naging sugapa ka. I think that's the right Tagalog word. Okay? The next one is the fear of being wrong and fear of losing money, tapos fear of missing out. Okay? I'll give you the common ones in this webinar series para you can prepare na before experiencing it real time. Okay? At ito nga yung mga yan. Ayan, yan. Okay? Again, we'll talk about the fear of greed tonight. Ito yung isang itatakal natin for tonight. Okay? For Wednesday, okay, so on May 7, fear of being wrong naman and fear of losing money. Yan naman yung mga pag-uusapan natin next Wednesday. Again, I'll give you a QR code maya-maya after the end of the webinar para maka-join kayo on the next one. Okay? On Friday, yan naman yung isa sa mga yan yung fear naman when we will talk about yung sa fear of missing out. Yung parang lahat ng gumagalaw dapat iti-trade mo. Okay? Kasi you think may iwan ka ng market, something like that. So those are the things that we will talk about in the next 3 days of this 3-part webinar series. But take note kahit malaman nyo na po yung mga to, okay, dapat nyo pa rin i-experience or mapagdaanan ang lahat ng ito because still experience is the greatest lesson out there. Mas maganda yung masasaktan pa rin tayo, di ba? Para mas traumatic tuloy yung naisip ko. Or para mas, alam mo yun, para mas ma-instill yung learning. Okay? Okay. So, let's start with the fear of greed. Okay? Before talking about greed, let's talk about fear muna. Okay? Most of the trading errors or mistakes na may encounter natin ay magro-root or magsisimula sa takot or fear sa pagtitrade. Okay? Kita niyo naman yung aking no? Aking, ang tawag nito? Presentation. Okay. Most of the trading errors or mistakes na ma-encounter natin ay magro-root yan or magsisimula yan sa takot ng pagtitrade or fear of trading. Okay? Fear stems from the depth of our inner beings. Okay? Pwede yung fear mo nanggaling sa root cause ng pagpapalaki sa'yo or a traumatic experience. Pwede yan dahil sa upbringing and many, many more. For example, takot ka na maubusan ng pera because, for example lang, you came from a family na hindi ganun kayaman and money is very, very valuable. Ganun ka pinalaki, for example, that you have to work hard and something like that. Such things can give you, as you enter the trading world, those things can give you an emotion called of losing money, fear of losing money. Okay, so you will be conservative on some trades na dapat malakas ka dapat doon, pero natatakot ka kasi baka maubusan ka ng pera. For example, we came from a wealthy family, which in this case, pwede na maging aggressive ka and forget about risk management, di ba? You came from a wealthy family, so money is not that of an issue. For example, kunwari yun lang yung naging upbringing. Okay? Tapos pagka-enter mo ng trading world, minsan, unconsciously or consciously, nadadala natin yan. Okay? Nadadala natin yung mga ganun na fears or na ugali. sa trading world. So kung ganun ka, let's say for example, came from a wealthy family, may kaya, money's not an issue, yun yung upbringing mo. Sometimes this particular thing can give you the fear of greed. Parang, okay lang mag-risk ako ng malaki, mababalik ko naman eh. Yeah, those things are sometimes consciously or unconsciously, but still a bad practice for the game. Okay? And there are a lot of reasons for fear in trading. Okay? There are 4 as described a while ago. And the only way to solve fear is realizing that fear is a false expectation that appearing to be real. Okay? Nagro-root kasi ang fear kapag may iniisip ka na isang bagay na kasi yung utak natin minsan parang gumagawa yan ng mga senaryo eh. Gagawa yan ng parang mga senaryo na hindi naman talaga nangyayari. Parang gagawa lang yan ng mga senaryo na may isip mo lang minsan-minsan. Okay? And if may naisip ka man na hindi maganda that might affect you, okay, badly, your brain will do its work to avoid pain. Hence yung fear. Okay? I hope you're getting me, no? It's wired that way. Okay? Kaya nga, again, if may mga root causes ka or may mga ugali ka before even coming into trading, okay, in the trading world, minsan nadadala natin yan. Kasi parang naging habit na rin yan, ganon, or talagang takot ka lang. But then again, it's just a false expectation appearing to be real. To get rid of fear, you have to manage your expectations. Better yet, plan. Magpaplano ka sa mga expectations mo. If it turns out bad, anong plano mo? If it turns out good, anong gagawin mo? Okay? Hindi pwede na kapag masama ka lang nagpaplano, dapat good and bad. Okay? Again, what we're doing here is managing our emotions. Okay? Gumagawa tayo ng mga scenarios na sa ating isipan or mga bagay-bagay na hindi naman talaga totoo pero minsan pinapaniwalaan or most of the time pinapaniwalaan natin, hence the fear. Kasi akala nga natin totoo. And most of the time, yun nga, we'll avoid pain. Okay? So to start to manage our fear, know that what you need to do is control what you feel and not control the outcome. Okay? Control your emotions, not the outcome. Ganon, if you're trying to solve fear in the market, hindi mo kailangan na sabihin or kontrolin na parang iiwasan ko to kasi baka babagsak. Mali po yun. Okay? If you think you're better than the market, then my dear friends, we're severely mistaken. No one is better than the market. The market will just do its thing and it will just do its thing over and over again. Hindi din tayo papakialaman yan. It will just do its thing. Your perception na against yung market sa'yo is a bad thing. Diba? Okay? Anyway, so isa sa mga root causes nga niyan is what you call the fear of leaving money in the table. Okay? Or also known as fear of greed. It refers to the intense desire to make money. Okay? It refers to the intense desire to make more money, often leading to impulse decisions, excessive risk taking, and abandoning well-tested trading strategies. Kasi nga, gusto mo na madaming pera eh. Gusto natin na dapat panalo tayo or dapat eto na yung panalo natin pero we want more. That's a basic explanation of greed. Okay ka na. Okay? Okay, katulad nito. Ayan o, ayan o. Ayan o. Mga sinasabi nyo rin ba yan? Or sinasabi ba natin din yan minsan? Gain ka na. Okay na. Profit na. Pero gusto mo pa. Diba? Kasi sa tingin mo, mas tataas pa si market. Sa tingin mo, aakyat pa. Para dumami pa yung gain mo. Aray ko. Diba? Sabi ni Malupiton, O di kaya, you overtrade. Yung parang gusto mo lahat ng gumagalaw, sasakyan mo kasi sa tingin mo lahat ng trades na yon mananalo. At the same time, or in other words, or in other instances, sasakayan mo lahat para kapag may talo, i-exit mo na, yung iba na panalo, hold mo lang. Aray ko. Diba? O di kaya, lalakihan ko na yung risk ko. Kikita naman eh. Magiging gain naman eh. Diba? Yung talo ko, kunwari may natatalo tayo na posisyon. Dadagdagan ko pa para pag nanalo, tabla plus more. Or the famous quote of traders known as Pirana. Yung fish, pera na. Ginawa mo pang bato, di ba? Pirana. Corny, di ba? Aray ko. Termed by the Catholic Church, greed is one of the 7 mortal capital sins or capital sins. Okay? And if may ganun din sa Catholic Church, may ganun din po sa trading. And in fact, this is error number 1. If nararamdaman mo ang mga ganitong pagkakataon, huwag mo na ituloy. Okay? Stop and think. Number 1, we're never better than the market. Okay? Hindi po tayo mas magaling sa market. Okay? It's always it will just do its thing. Okay? Nobody, and ask a lot of great traders out there, and they will also tell you the same thing. We don't know what's going to happen with the market, and we will never know. Ang kagandahan nga po nun is hindi mo po kailangan malaman kung anong mangyayaring susunod. Just look for probabilities that keeps on happening over and over again, hence a trading strategy, and just trade it over time. Or test it muna, and if it works, just trade it over and over again. That's pretty much it. And we rely on statistics of your strategies from your backtest or forward test to do its thing again for the next X amount of years. That's pretty much it. Okay? Ibig sabihin, if sinasabi doon na ganito lang yung average na win mo based on your backtest, on your trading strategy, edi yun lang. Alam na i-push natin, kunwari, ang average winning mo is $30 per trade. $40 na, hindi ka pa lumalabas. $30 nga lang yung trip nung trade or trip nung trading system. Diba? If you have backtested data or data to help you in making decisions and managing your expectations, such greed will never occur. Okay? And again, the simplicity of trading is uupo ka lang eh. Again is again, kita is kita. Imagine nyo to wala po tayong masyadong ginawa eh. We look at the monitor, we click a dumb button. Imagine mo, umupo ka lang at nag-click. Yun lang ginawa po natin. Regardless of if it's a win or loss, ganun lang po yung ginawa natin. So dapat, di ako nag-iinarte na, or excuse my language, garapal, sa pagtitrade. Kasi nga, again, you didn't have any physical strength or anything to do it. Okay? It's one, as I said in the previous webinars, trading is the hardest way to create easy money. Because all we do in the entire day is click buttons. It's for me. This is for me. I think that's better. Diba? Okay, but again, it's not always happy days naman. Anyway, what I'm trying to say here is, kung isa ka sa mga tao na nagsasabi ng ganyan, manage your expectations and prepare for scenarios to manage your emotion. For you to manage your trade. Okay? So, in the next few slides, bibigyan ko kayo ng 3 rules for me to manage greed. Okay? Unang-una, which is nabanggit ko na kanina, is rule number 1, Okay? Know your stats. Know your stats. Ibig sabihin, if meron kang trade or if meron kang trading system, hanapin mo muna. Pwede mong i-backtest with, let's say, 1 year na charting. Okay? Or forward testing, meaning magde-demo account ka for about 2 to 5 months. Ganon, wag mo ng totoong pera. 2 to 5 months lang na demo account. Then journal each and every trade. And after you journal each and every trade, tignan nyo. Tignan nyo kung ano yung mga statistics ng inyong trading system. For example, as you can see here, dito, ang average loss ng trading system na ginagamit ko na isa is 460 average win if panalo, $161 if talo. For example, if kayo na trader, ang average risk to reward is 1:2.85 or almost more than half or double plus more or nearly thirds of the amount that I'm risking. Okay, parang near mag times 3 yung amount na rin-risk ko. Okay. So in a scenario, let's say I have a trade. Yeah, may trade tayo, malupit yung trade natin for example, di ba? Eh in this level, kunwari bumili ako dito. Okay? And nandito na level. Eh dito na level 460 na. 0.83. Kasi bigyan natin ng butal isa. Let's say 461. 461. Me as a trader, knowing my stats, that's the maximum that the trading system will give me. Yan yung pinakamataas eh. Okay? Why will I hold and prolong my agony for a longer period of time when after I backtested a lot of things, 460 is my max gain on a particular trade in a series of, let's say, 1,000 backtested charts. Yun na nga yung average ko eh. Yun na yung max na pwede kong makuha. Okay? Why will I prolong the trade? Eh yun nga lang eh. Anything outside 460.83 is what you call greed. Gets nyo ba? Ngayon, kung wala kang trading system or kung wala kang backtested data, hindi mo malalaman yan. Kaya nga sinabi kanina, if you're a trader and you want to make it in this business, try backtesting. Okay? If you backtest, you will find out things like gaano katagal dapat ako nag-hold ng isang position. If you backtest your data, magkakaroon ka ng parang ganito, average daily hold. Ayan, no? Ayan natin violet. Ayan, no? Sabi niya, 1 day lang na average loss ko na hold. Sabi niya dito, 17 hours naman pag panalo. Ibig sabihin, if may trade ako na going about 1 day, hindi ko nahawakan yan. Diba? Kasi malamang sa malamang, based on my stats, loss na yan eh. Or baka maging loss. Right? Okay? There are actually a lot of this. In my own trading system, I trade about 15 trades in a month. And I only trade for about 3 hours. Yun yung sinabi ng trading system ko eh. Yun yung sinabi ng backtest ko eh. Ibig sabihin, right after a trade, that's it. If you know your stats, you know how to play your game. And if you know your stats, you know how to play or trade the market. And if you cannot backtest or you didn't backtest, syempre, such statistics cannot guide you or wala kang guide to trade the markets. Now, if you want to control the fear of greed, para malaman mo kung kailan ka dapat tumigil sa pagte-trade, you cannot hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na parang feel ko okay na yung 1:3. Parang feel ko ganito. Parang feel ko ganito. Feel ko. Aray ko. Hindi pwede yung feel, hindi pwedeng pakiramdaman. Di ba? Dapat meron kang data to back up you must have the data to back up your claim na okay, for me or based on my trading system, it's 461, it reached already, hindi ko na din kailangan niyang i-trail. Kasi yun na yun eh. Unless if you want to add some, at least try to backtest it. But even though trailing, yung magte-trail, yung parang akyat ng akyat yung take profits nila or protective stop, ang tawag nila. If you summarize all of their trades, there is still a common average ng mga trades ng wins na yon. At whatever that is, doon ka lang dapat tumigil. Kunwari, kahit nagtitrail ka or not, or you have break-even trading parameters, may lalabas yan na parang average win eh. And whatever that average win, yun hanggang dun lang po yun. Kaya hanggang dun lang po yung trading system nyo. The next thing that you do, when you know already your stats, learn to accept. Diba? Kung hanggang dun lang. As long as it's winning, at the end of the day, if it's a winning trading system, meaning gain siya at each and every month, and okay na. Money is, again, nag-click lang tayo ng button eh. So, then this is something that I tell to a lot of students. Nag-click lang naman tayo ng button eh. Wala tayong karapatan para mag-demand ng gain. It's like we're acting like the market owes us, na parang may utang si market sa atin. Wala pong pakialam si market sa atin. Know your stats and that's pretty much it. Okay, and apply the stats and apply it or ikabesa nyo siya and follow it strictly. If you have the stats, you can actually manage your expectations. Okay? Apart nga ng sinasabi ko, if you already know your stats, meron din sinatawag ko kanina na average hours holding. Okay? Yung current na strategy ko yon, average holding niya is about 6 to 7 hours. Actually, meron ako right now running. Tingnan lang natin. Ayan, ito. I entered around 9 a.m. Tapos now it's, dapat magkakat na pala ako. Soon. Hindi pa pala. It's still running. Okay? Pero hindi ko na yan minomonitor. Like nakatiyaya na lang dyan. Kung mag-alert man yung phone ko, then so be it. But again, I just watch the market for 2 to 3 hours and that's pretty much it. Okay? In my backtesting strategy or as I backtested my strategy, okay, as I backtested my strategy, tumitigil na yan or tumitigil na ako mag-trade after 12. So sa akin, hindi number of trade. Sa akin, pag 12 na, hindi na ako mag-e-enter ng kahit na anong posisyon. Okay? So, wala na. As in, waiting game na lang ako. Based on my backtest, yun kasi yun. Yun sa akin. There are only trades that will happen and patterns that will happen from 9 in the morning, 8 in the morning hanggang 12 noon. And hanggang dun lang. Dun lang. Wala na. Okay? Based on my backtest, that's how I will make a lot of trades or money. Okay? Based on my backtest. So, after a lot of hours, let's say 2 to 3 hours of trading, I shut the laptop. Then that's rule number 2. If you backtested your data, meron yan lalabas na parang average trades within a day. If malaman mo yon, strictly follow it. Not saying lumabas doon, gumawa ka ng rule, titigil ako mag-trades after 2 losses in a day. Kasi sabi daw sa backtest mo, you lose averagely around 2 trades in a day. And or, baka lumabas din doon, you can gain 2 trades in a day. So pwede kang gumawa ng rule on when or where ka magsha-shut ng laptop. Meaning, kinokontrol natin yung environment natin na imbes na mag-trade tayo, we step away from the markets and do our other things. Hindi lang naman ito yung way para kumita tayo ng pera. And there are a lot of ways there para kumita ng pera. Dami-dami po niyan. Okay? So, learn when to stop the market. But again, your results or your when will you, yung reason mo as to when you will learn to shut the laptop or shut it off or step away from the markets must come from a data-based system. Okay, dapat binacktest nyo po yan. Hindi yung, okay na to. Feeling ko, pag talo na ako, okay? You will not have the proper discipline if hindi po yan na backtest. Dapat, at least, na backtest nyo para alam nyo kung ano yung dapat, kailan ka dapat titigil mag-trade, kailan ka dapat e-enter ng trade. Ganon. Again, for me, if I stop trading or tapos na yung trading day ko or trading hours ko, I shut off the laptop and step away from the markets. Okay, like, wala na. Tapos, trail na lang. Kung abutin nyo yung average win ko, take profit. That's it. That's pretty much it. Okay? Next. Okay. Yung rule number 3 natin, and malapit na rin tayong matapos. Yung rule number 3 natin is known as, well, this is more of a risk management rule, but again, it's also a psychological rule. Alam ko sa ating lahat, masakit mawalan ng pera. Okay? Pero kasi if we think about it, masakit bang mawalan ng 1 piso? 1 peso. Sakit ba? Some, yes. Some, hindi. If tatanungin natin yung iba, let's say, masakit bang mawalan ng 500 pesos? Some, yes. Some will say no. Let's say, mawalan ka ng 10,000. Some, yes. Some say no. Okay? The point that I'm making here is, since we're associating money in trading, come the time that you will trade the market, I will never risk more than 1%. Kasi kapag natalo ako, at least, kapag natalo ako, 1% lang yung bawas. I still have 99 lives to trade. Okay, that's why we should not risk more than 1%. Often nga, lower pa eh. Mas maganda nga pag lower pa eh. This will help you manage your trade and remove any emotional attachment in regards to money. Kasi kung kunwari, you have $1,000 or 50,000 pesos, pag nawala yun, 500 pesos lang matatalo. Kesa nagre-risk ka ng 25,000 sa 50,000 pesos mo or $1,000, nagre-risk ka ng 25,000 sa isang trade. Pag gumalaw yan, at manonood ka ng manonood hanggang sa kahit manalo man yan o matalo, pag nanalo, masayang-masaya ka to the point na hindi natin alam kung kailan natin ilalabas. Bakit? Emotionally attached eh. Baka umakyat pa eh. Ang laki kasi ng linagay ko. Pag natatalo naman na, naku, laki ng linagay ko, alangan na mag-back out pa ako. That's one of the common mistakes even if you play poker. Diba? In trading, it's the same. Diba? We bet too much that we cannot back out anymore. Nandyan na eh. We're in the thrill. That specific practice will not be good. That's why we have to risk more than 1%. At least, manalo man o matalo yung trade, always naka-prepare yung emotions mo for the worst. Imagine the worst case scenario that you can stomach. And regardless of the outcome, okay, logic will take over rather than emotion. Bakit? Unti lang eh. Pag nanalo, okay. Even as some of my students, 1% is already big enough. Hindi ko lang kung may nag 1% na sa kanila, pero I think the highest that they got is around 80%. I can go around 2.5, but yun na yung pinakamataas. Okay? And even 2.5 is considered risky na rin to me. But there are trades kasi na pwede kong i-take ng ganun. Okay? But as you go along naman kasi in this trading journey, aakyat din yan eh. You will get to feel the game hanggang sa point na kaya nyo nang ding mag-risk ng around 2.5 or 5%, ganun per trade. But then again, the lesser you put or the lesser you risk, the lesser emotional attachment. Diba? Kung ito yung risk, ito yung emotion. Diba? Kung paakyat yung risk, kung ano man yung trade mo, may emotionally attached yan. Kung ano yung risk, kung gaano kababa yung risk, ganon din yung emotional attachment mo sa trade. Okay? I hope everybody got that. Okay? I would like to leave you with one of the quotes. Again, this is a quote from a love book to eh. Basta isa siyang love na libro. Pero parang nakarelate kasi ako sa trading. Na-relate ko sa trading. I will not have you without the darkness that hides within you. And I will not let you have me without the madness that makes me. Okay? If our demons cannot dance, neither can we. In trading, ganun din po. We cannot avoid fear or greed. Okay? But such demons or such things na mapagdadaanan natin also comes within us and also comes outside of this venture. Diba? Yung mga external and internal factors. Pero ang point nun is hindi mo sila dapat iwasan. Hindi mo din dapat sila um, hindi pansinin. If our demons cannot dance, neither can we. If we can never control or manage our emotions, we can never trade properly. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. Again, as promised, if you want to register for the next one, feel free to scan the QR code na nakikita nyo dito sa aking screen. We will talk about the fear of, actually it's not missing out. I apologize for that one. It's actually fear of losing money and being wrong. Yan yung pag-uusapan natin na malupit next meeting. Okay, so if you do want to register for the next webinar and continue with our in this learning process called the 10 cardinal trading rules in trading, the 10 cardinal rules in trading, feel free to sign up and I will see you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed for today's video. I hope madami din kayong natutunan. See you on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Good night and bye-bye. Bye-bye.